Hey, what's up? Otaku Mike here. Let's talk about Turtles of Grayskull, issue number 2. This one's interesting. So, issue number 2 picks up directly after the events of issue number 1, obviously. The Turtles end up meeting He-Man himself towards the beginning of this match with a bunch of Triceratons that they have to fight. And this is where things kind of get a little interesting. We get the first meeting. The Turtles and He-Man both bond over the fact that they fight for the greater good and not for fame or fortune or stuff like that. We get this pretty big epic fight with He-Man showing off basically all he can do and how strong he is. The Turtles are pretty amazed at this big, beefy man. That's what they call him, not me. But he is a big, beefy man. And what he can do, and he can uppercut Triceratons to the moon and stuff like that. Which they do end up winning this fight. Suddenly, after the Triceraton are defeated, we hear the crowd chant "Monstroid, Monstroid, Monstroid," and the Turtle's like, "What's a Monstroid?" And He-Man's like, "Oh no, this is bad. You don't want to know what a Monstroid is." And He-Man ends up basically punching a hole into the ground, going into like the bottom part of the whatever the building that they're in, like the stadium that they're in, which causes the Monstroid to actually come out. They end up sort of fighting the Monstroid. Well, sort of, not really fighting the Monstroid, just a little bit. But the Turtles vanish. And He-Man's like, wait, where did y'all leave me? What's going on? And who happens to show up? But Renet shows up, and she's like, hey, He-Man, Beefy Beefcake, let's get out of here. And they get into a flying car with the Turtles, because that's where the Turtles went on. They went to go get a flying car, apparently. They left He-Man high and dry. I don't know if I can trust these Turtles. And so we end up getting, like, the backstory for how the Turtles got here and how the backstory of how He-Man got here, which is a little different from issue 1. So I think the events of issue 1 happened, but technically didn't happen or got retconned. I don't really know, because we get into some time travel shenanigans at this point. And we also get the reveal, or the Turtles get to reveal, that Prince Adam is actually He-Man, or He-Man is actually Prince Adam. They're shocked. They're shocked. They're like, oh my god, this blonde guy has another blonde guy inside of him. And so we find out that Renet basically says, hey, I think all this time stuff is my fault. And she's like, hey, we gotta fix the time threads and whatnot. So what does Renet do? Renet puts He-Man in New York City, like in the Turtles universe, and the Turtles stay in He-Man's universe, and they're not supposed to like interact with the other's universe, which is kind of hard to do because Prince Adam gets accosted by Bebop and Rocksteady, and Mikey ends up going off to basically leave a note for Prince Adam's mom to basically let him know, hey, everything is okay. But everything is not really okay. Just saying. All right, so let's take a look at the artwork in this particular issue. This cover is different than the one I got last time. Last time it was a Stan Sakai cover. But I don't know if I showed this off last time, but there's a little picture on the back with Mikey right there. I wonder if the first issue has that. But this, oh my god, this artwork, here's your creative team right there. This artwork is so much fun. I think they definitely do a really good job of blending the two worlds together. And nothing kind of really seems out of place. Like, the Turtles very much seem in He-Man seem like in a really good, like, they're not like from this world or whatever. Like, they don't seem like to be like out of place or anything like that. Like, they seem to fit into this pretty cool easily when they're in like Eternia or like in New York City. I mean, He-Man technically has been in New York City if you count the live action movie. But we have this fight with the He-Man and the Triceratons. It's a pretty fun fight. And I just love all the expressions on like He-Man's face. He's like, what did I just do right there? And just seeing them team up to have a really fun, I want to say meet cute or meet and greet. I don't know what you would call it. But I just love all the colors and stuff like that. All the line work. I love the thick line work. They have like the thick outlines around the characters. It very much makes it look like they're like stepping straight out of like an old like He-Man or Turtles cartoon. It is definitely a lot of fun, I have to say. This issue was definitely a lot of fun. I feel like it was a lot of fun, just as much as the first issue. I really enjoyed the meetup between He-Man and the Turtles in this, because technically they didn't really meet in the first issue. I like how they went and introduced them, and they sort of got to know each other over time. And I like their interactions with each other because He-Man kind of plays things a little seriously, and the Turtles are very much goofing off and like cracking jokes at He-Man's expense. Which He-Man's kind of the straight man, I feel like, in this scenario with his hidden identity and stuff, and he's worried about his mom finding out that he's He-Man and whatnot because, you know, he can't have Skeletor finding everything out and whatnot. Where I feel like I kind of hit a wall with this issue was when they started to like explain like all the time travel stuff. I was like scratching my head. I was like, wait, what's going on? So like Renet like retconned sort of the previous first issue or something. Like I was starting to kind of get confused on this part. I was like, did I miss something exactly? I don't know, but they did do a lot of really fun little things to like explain for each other, like He-Man and the Turtles, how everything is, because like you get Mikey explaining everything, and then He-Man explaining everything, and then Renette's like, hold on, this is what's actually going on. And I think that's probably where I got confused, because we had three different characters explaining exactly what was going on at this point. But I did enjoy it. The artwork is fun. Watching He-Man and the Turtles take on the Triceraton, that fight was actually really, really well done and really cool. And I was anticipating Bebop and Rocksteady getting into a fight with He-Man, but that sadly didn't happen because fucking Casey Jones stepped in and fucking took him out. I was a little disappointed at that point, but this with all my qualms with kind of getting confused a little bit with the time travel stuff, I did still enjoy this issue, and I'm looking forward to seeing where things go and what time travel shenanigans we will get into moving on into issue 3. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Did you enjoy this issue? Did you not like it? Are you picking it up? Let me know your thoughts. I'm Otaku Mike, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.